12 million copies worldwide and scored her 5 Grammy nominations. Please say hello to Avril Lavigne. A seat or a jelly bean if you'd like one as well. How you doing?
Good.
You doing well?
Uh-huh.
Now, tell me a little bit about this Ferris wheel incident that I've heard about, Avril Lavigne.
You probably heard that me and my guitar player, Evan, were on a Ferris wheel and we were in one cart and there was a cart behind us that had, like, I don't know, my security guard and, like, some other people, and we hit, like, a certain spot where, like, our window met their window, so we, like, yanked our pants down and made them.
As you would do. Did they recognise you? Well, not from just, that's Avril Lavigne's cheeks. But just before that, did they recognise who you were? Mm-hmm. So are you worried about anyone printing anything or selling their story?
That was so long ago anyway.
Now, I'm interested to know a little bit about your upbringing, because you actually, when you were younger, used to sing a lot of gospel. Is that true?
That's where I got my start, was in church, and kind of branched out from there after. But I went to, I grew up going to church, and that's where I sang my first solo.
So does that mean you've always wanted to sing from a very young age? Were you the kind of kid who sung into a hairbrush, that kind of thing?
Yeah, totally. Like, I'd always, like, jump up on my bed and be, like, singing, and I totally did the hairbrush thing, yeah. What
was your favourite song to mime to?
I was really into, like, the Beach Boys when I was younger, so danced around to that.
I was a big fan of Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Do you think less of me because of that?
No.
Oh, good. So, coming from a religious family, does that mean that your parents were quite protective of you when you were younger?
Yep. My parents were very protective. I wasn't allowed to, like, go to parties or anything like that, even when I got into high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that hard when you were in high school, if you weren't allowed to go to the parties? Were you a bit on the outer because of that?
So I'd have to, tell my mum I was sleeping over at my girlfriend's house and then sneak out.
So did you... Well, you were only in a small town, 5,000 people, in Canada. Did people used to know when you were sneaking out, or was it a small enough town that you'd get busted?
It was actually pretty small. If you're doing something and someone saw you, they'd, like, go tell someone, and then the whole town knew.
So did you ever get caught, ever get in trouble?
I got in a lot of trouble. I got caught for everything. Except for, like, a few things, but most things I got caught.
And the things you didn't get caught for are best left quiet, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to know then, from your upbringing, from your background, how did you get to be where you are now, with the look you've got now, which is, it's very tough, it's very rock. How did that come about? Was it an intentional thing, or was it just, is it just a stage you're going through in your life?
Me growing up and becoming my own person, and just because I was brought up in a Christian home doesn't, mean that I'm going to be like this kid with strict morals. I mean, I have morals, but, I grew up to be my own person. And
well, how do you feel about this whole anti-Britney tag that keeps getting bandied about a bit? Not just for you, but for all these other performers as well.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I did say a couple things better in the beginning, but, I mean, I don't really consider myself to be an anti-Britney, but, it's just kind of a label that the media is sticking on me, just like they like to do. That's what the media does.
Because you are only 18, have you found it tough getting into... I mean, obviously all you want to do is perform. Do you find it hard doing the talking that has to come with the singing?
You mean, like...
Interviews and things like that, and dealing with the media.
And all the press and all that. That's, like... Yeah, my least favorite part is, like, the other stuff, I thought, like, I didn't really know that there is so much besides performing to do with what I do. Like, I just kind of figured when I was in the studio writing and recording my songs that as soon as my CD got released, I'd, like, jump right onto stage and sing. And it took, like, months before I even got to perform, like, my own concert. And you just have to work for it, and you promote yourself and get your name out there, and you know, I'll always have to do interviews and, you know, always be promoting something, whether it's, you know, in the beginning I had to promote myself as a new artist, but next I'll have to promote my second record. So you can't really get away from it, but...
And now you're here in Australia, and I know the one thing you wanted to do while you got here was see a koala. Did you actually get to do that?
We wanted to see koalas and kangaroos. Yes, we went to the zoo, but it wasn't good enough. We didn't get to hold them, and my band and I, we want to be able to hold a koala bear.
Well, that's what we thought would happen, which is why we've got one with us right now.
Oh my God!
His name is Don the koala. This is Todd, and we've actually got one, so you can actually get up close and touch one. Because you weren't allowed to touch one when you were at the zoo. Is that correct?
No. Oh
There you go.
This is Don. Say hello to Don.
Want to give me a scratch?
This is Todd the keeper. This is Don the koala. Because you're like me, you are a bandit for nature documentaries and animals, aren't you?
God, it's so cute.
It is. And he smells funny, which is what I like. So are they as cute as you expect them to be?
So cool. I can't believe that. So cute. Where's my band? They have to see them.
Oh, we'll have Don at the after party after the show. Make no doubt about it.
So is he high right now?
Oh, not really high. He's just checking things out.
Yeah, on all the leaves they get high.
It's just that his leaves don't have many nutrients in it, so that's why he sort of sleeps all day.
Oh.
No, he loves all the attention.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm touching one right now.
Have you touched one before?
No, I haven't.
Todd must go out on the weekend with a koala. Let's go. Have you touched one before? Hey. Well, we'll leave you to get more acquainted so you can catch up with Don properly. But thanks very much for coming on the show. It's been a real pleasure having you, and enjoy your stay while you're in the country.
Thank
Avril
you.
Lavigne, everyone.